Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome back to Lockhart Field here in Groton, South Dakota. Here on this beautiful Sunday evening, we are in our final game of the day. Here, game number 4 of the Region 2B VFW 14U division. Winner of this tournament will advance to the state tournament, and that will be held in Bryant on July 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, I believe. We have one team eliminated so far. There's 4 teams in the tournament. Double elimination format. Redfield was recently eliminated by Groton in the game prior to the one you're going to be seeing in just a few minutes. This is our winner's bracket side, or winner's side of the bracket, with Clark taking on Webster, as they were both victorious in their earlier matchups. Clark played the first game of the tournament and defeated Redfield 17-7 to get to here. And the game following that one, Webster defeated Groton 17-8, and that led up to our matchups in the after kind of the evening session. In the elimination bracket, game just completed here, probably about 25 minutes ago. We saw Groton come back after losing a tough one to Webster and defeating Redfield 17-2, and that then they successfully then ended Redfield's tournament and stay alive in the tournament themselves. They advance and they will play tomorrow at 5 o'clock. One more game today here, like I said, Clark taking on Webster. The winner of this game will advance to the championship game, essentially, which will be held tomorrow at 7 o'clock. And they will wait to see who comes out of the bottom half of the bracket. The loser of this game will play at 5 o'clock tomorrow against Groton in an elimination game to see who advances to play the championship. Starting lineups here for the two teams. Clark, the visitor, on the scoreboard. They will lead off with Logan Labrie. Batting second, Jacob Steen. He's doing the pitching. Emerson Larson is at first base. Josh Canigator at shortstop. Michael Severson batting fifth is the extra hitter. Cooper Palmer is at third base and batting sixth. Batting seventh is Damian Severson. He's in right field. Mato Denoyer is in center field. He's batting eighth. Ernesto Garcia is the designated hitter, batting ninth, and Oliver Reitz is batting 10th, and he's in left field. Max Bratland is the catcher. They will be DHing for him with Ernesto Garcia. Kind of some different non-traditional rules here with the VFW. If you were counting, that is 10 hitters for the Clark lineup and 11 players on the lineup. Clark is utilizing the designated hitter for their catcher and the extra hitter as just another position in the lineup. So they essentially are able to play 11 guys in just a different way. That's not traditional baseball, so to speak, as if you've ever watched Major League Baseball, usually the designated hitter is for the pitcher, and that's a little more traditional. But this is a way for teams like Clark, because Clark has a lot of kids in their lineup, and a way for them to get more kids involved. Webster, the home team, they will lead off with Kobe Coyne, Sheldon Schmig batting second, Devin Snaza at batting third, batting fourth, Matt Mount, batting fifth, Gage Baumgarten. Batting sixth, Owen Edwards. He's doing the pitching. Batting seventh, Tayton Krakowski. He gets the start out in left. And Caleb Edwards at shortstop batting eighth. Dylan Carlson batting ninth. And setting the defense here for Webster out in the outfield left to right, it'll be Krakowski, Baumgarten, and Coyne. And around the infield third to first, it'll be Schmig, Caleb Edwards, Dylan Carlson, and Matt Mount. First pitch from Owen Edwards is in there for a strike. First pitch in this game, 7:28 under, we'll call it mostly sunny skies and 86 degrees. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Labrie quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes. The battery for Webster is Owen Edwards. He's on the mound. He started against Groton. Through 65 pitches, so now he's up to 67. And behind the plate is Devin Snaza once again. And the 0-2 misses high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Logan Labrie, he had himself a little bit of a tough go of it in the first game, as he struck out a couple of times, and not traditionally what you see from your leadoff hitter, so hopefully finds a way out of it. The 1-2, and he swings and he misses. Ball gets away from Snaza, and Labrie hustling, and he is going to reach first safely on the pass ball. So Larson will be credited with a strikeout, however, ball getting away on the error by the catcher. And that will bring up the number 2 hitter in the lineup, wearing number 21, Jacob Steen. Steen doing the pitching. And Labrie takes his lead. First pitch from Edwards misses to the backstop. Snaza didn't even get a glove on it as that ball flew over his head. Yeah, and we were just talking between games here. If, Edwards threw 65 pitches against Groton and then had a game off, and now coming back to see if that was going to affect the way he throws. The 1-0, and Steen hits it hard into left center. That's going to be down for a hit. Labrie's going to come around third. He's going to score easily. Steen come around first. He's heading to second, and he's going to check in at second with a RBI double. Pitch up around the letters, and Steen knows what to do with those, as he hit the ball hard a couple times in the previous game. Nobody out, and Jacob Steen on second base, and Clark leading early here, 1-0. Emerson Larson in the box. Larson wearing number 29, big tall kid. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Owen Edwards quickly ahead here, no balls, 1 strike. Jacob Steen on second base. The 0-1 swung on and grounded to third. Throw across is in time, and Larson will be retired on the fielder's choice. On the throw across, Steen advances to third, puts him base closer to scoring. Nice play there by Sheldon Schmieg as he stays down and makes the play across. Josh Cannigator, the batter. Cannigator playing shortstop here. He was the starting pitcher in Game 1 today against Redfield. They brought him out after 29 pitches, I believe, to save him so he can pitch tomorrow. The 1-0 is in there for a strike. He threw well. Cannigator threw well. He throws strikes. 1-1 the count. Jacob Steen, who hit a double, advanced on the fielder's choice, stands at third. The 1-1 hits the outside corner. Cannigator looked like he was going to pull the trigger and held back, and ball catches the outside corner, says Matt Rohrbach, our home plate umpire. He's teamed up with Roger Metzinger out in the bases. Cannigator fouls it straight back and off the backstop. To stay alive, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Clark jumping ahead here, 1-0 as Logan Labrie gets on. He strikes out, but reaches first on a pass ball. He then scores on a Jacob Steen double. The 1-2 to Cannigator, swung on and hit hard into left field, and that's going to get over Krakowski's head, and that's going to roll for a while as Cannigator comes around first, and he's going to check in at second with a RBI double to drive in the second run of the inning for Clark. And we kind of saw this in the first game against Redfield. Redfield threw Jacob Schmidt, who threw strikes, but Clark just hits the ball, and when a team hits the ball, it's not much you can do about it. And with 1 out, that's going to bring up the extra hitter, Michael Severson. First pitch on the way, that misses outside, ball 1. Again, Clark's got some size on this team. Cannigator, Severson, that Emerson Larson, they're all 5'10" to 6 foot. They're big kids and can play. That's the thing, is they're athletic. And Severson swings and lifts one high. And Cannigator must have thought there were 2 outs. And Coyne can't handle it in right. Severson hustling out of the box. He's going to check in at second. I think Candigator thought there were 2 outs or that the ball was hit farther, but it wasn't. Severson, nice base running there as he was hustling out of the box, and as soon as that ball hit the ground, able to check in at second. Cooper Palmer steps to the plate now. Palmer's first pitch swinging grounds to the right side. Dylan Carlson up with it. They're going to retire Palmer at first, but another run is going to score as Candigator scores from third, and Severson advances to third on the play. So 2 outs. And Damian Severson now batting with Michael Severson on first. First pitch swinging. There's a strike. 2 outs now. Clark leading 3-0. Damian Severson looking to add to it here. Pitch misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Owen Edwards, excuse me. Hitting a little struggle here, and Schmig finds it and fires across, and they're going to get him by a half a step. So nice play there by Sheldon Schmig to stay with the play as the ball was in his glove, then fell out of his glove, and he finds it, makes a good strong throw across the diamond to retire Damian Severson, excuse me. But Clark does get 3 on a couple of hits, and they leave 1 after a half an inning. Clark leads 3-0. Up for Webster in the bottom half will be Colby Coyne, Sheldon Schmig, and Devin Snaza. And we'll have the bottom of the first inning when we return to Lock Karst here on Live Ticket after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
And we're back with baseball action here at Lock Karst Field in Groton, South Dakota. You are tuned into Live Ticket. I'm Pat Kraus, bringing you all the action here in our Region 2B tournament. Winner of this tournament will advance to the state tournament, the State B tournament in Bryant, and that will happen on July 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. We are in the winner's side of the bracket right here where we see Clark jump out earlier 3-0 over Webster. These two teams got here by way of a 17-7 win for Clark and a 17-8 win for Webster. Colby Coyne's going to step in for Webster here and lead off the bottom of the first inning. I mentioned this earlier. Colby, one of the youngest players probably in the tournament, but very, very savvy for his age and gets the game. First pitch taken wide for a ball. He got on base a few times against Groton and had some good at-bats. 1-0 is low, 2-0 now. We'll set the defense for Clark here in just a second after this pitch. And 3-0 now in the outfield for Clark. We've got Reitz Denoyer, and Damian Severson. That's left to right. And the 3-0 to Coyne. That misses in the dirt, so Colby Coyne reaches on a leadoff walk. Around the infield, third to first, it's Palmer, Cannigator, Labrie, and Larson. And your battery behind the plate is Max Bratland. And on the mound doing the pitching is Jacob Steen. Sheldon Schmig up to bat. Schmig playing third. And ball gets away. First pitch gets away, and Coyne's able to advance on the wild pitch. Bratland slid over, but unable to stop the ball. So far, Steen struggling to find the strike zone as he's 5 pitches into this game, and not one of them has found the strike zone. So, and and he's still yet to find the strike zone as he falls behind here. 2 balls, no strikes to Sheldon Schmig. Coyne takes his lead, the 2-0, and that's going to get by Bratland, and that's going to have Coyne move up, and Webster has yet to swing the bat and already have a runner on third. So the 3-0 from Steen. That's in there for a strike. There he found one. 3 balls, 1 strike to Sheldon Schmig, number 11 for Webster. Steen from the windup, the 3-1. That misses, and that's going to put Schmig on first. Runners on first and third. Number 20, Devin Snaza to the plate. Snaza had himself a tough game in that first game as he reached base once and 5 plate appearances, and I believe it was 0 for 5 because that even reaching was a reached on an error. So 1-0 the count from Steen to Snaza. Snaza takes down the middle for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Webster catcher, the 1-1. Swung on and fouled straight back. That caught Bratland right in the mask, so they're going to give him a chance to maybe catch his breath a little bit. That's a tough one back there, but he shakes it off. He's all right. 1-2 the count. Steen looks in, shakes a couple times. Runner goes, and there's going to be no throw as Schmig takes second. Now runners on second and third, and Devin Snaza at the plate looking to get Webster right back in this. The 2-2, and that's in the dirt. Nice stop there by Bratland, but I think he caught a piece of his leg on the ball, or did a nice job sliding over there. Just didn't get his glove in the way of the ball. Instead, used his leg. 3-2 now. The 3-2 to Snaza. Swung on and popped up on the infield. Larson's going to give it a look behind first base, and that's a tough play. And he's unable to track it down, looking back into the sun and running straight back. All those different variables going into it. That's not an easy play to make for the first baseman. Snaza stays alive. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Steen gets the sign from Bratland, and he comes home. And Snaza chases one out of the zone, and he's going to be down swinging for out number 1. That's going to bring up number 17, the first baseman, Matt Mount. Mount came in relief against Groton and in just over 3 innings through 101 pitches. First pitch to Mount. That's down low. Runners on second and third. 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. The 1-0 to Mount. That's in the dirt. Nice stop there by Bratland as he slid over and got his body behind the ball. And, there's a reason you have the equipment on, and he used every bit of it that time. I think that ball hit him right in the face, right in the mask. So a nice job using his body, using his equipment. The 2-0 to Mount. That catches the top side of the strike zone. Usually the strike zone from about the letters to the knees, and that caught probably the very, very top of the zone. 2-1 the count. The 2-1 to Mount. He swings and pops it up. Palmer calls for it here at third. He comes in. Now he makes the catch, puts it away, and Mount retired on the pop out to third baseman Cooper Palmer. Nice job there by Palmer as he backed up and measured it and then came in on the ball and put it away successfully. 2 outs, runners on second and third. Gage Baumgarten, the hitter. First pitch is inside. We're ball 1. Steen having himself a little bit of trouble here. 21 pitches so far, only 2 outs. The 1-0 to Baumgarten, that's high. And he falls behind here. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 on the way. Baumgarten takes inside, 3-0. Kobe Coyne and Sheldon Schmig on second and third. Both reach via the walk. 3-0 now to Baumgarten. Owen Edwards on deck. And Coyne's going to try to score from third on the wild pitch, and he will score successfully. And that will get Webster their first run of the game. Sheldon Schmig moved up on the wild pitch. And Gage Baumgarten's going to take first base on the walk. And that's going to bring Brock Greenfield out of the dugout to have a little chat with his starting pitcher, Jacob Steen. Owen Edwards is going to be the hitter, and Edwards is a pretty good hitter as he puts the ball in play and does a nice job with that. Again, as I mentioned, 4-team double elimination tournament here. Right now, these two teams are the winners. Winner of this game will go on and play at 7 o'clock tomorrow night in the championship game, the first championship game, so to speak. And the loser of this game will go on and play Groton at 5 o'clock tomorrow. So depending on how things play out, we'll know our matchups by tonight. So 2 outs, and Steen steps off as he looks over at the runner at first, who is Gage Baumgarten. And Baumgarten takes off. Edwards swings through it and misses, and Bratland comes out of his stance, but just bluffs the throw down. Now Webster's got runners on second and third. 2 outs. And again, Edwards, pretty good hitter in there, can handle the bat well, likes to put it in play. Nice stop there by Bratland as he slides out. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Owen Edwards, the pitcher here, the 1-1. And he chops it, and it's going to go foul past Palmer. And third base coach Eric Coyne kind of getting after his runner over here, Sheldon Schmig, as he hesitated a little bit, and he's telling him there's 2 outs, you got to go. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Webster starting pitcher, Owen Edwards. Steen shakes. He hollers at his catcher that he can't see the signs. And the 1-2 on the outside corner. Edwards goes down looking. Good pitch there by Steen to retire Edwards for the 3rd out. Webster does get 1 on no hits, no Clark errors, and 2 runners left on. And after 1 complete inning, Clark leads 3-1. Top of the 2nd, it'll be Denoyer, Garcia, and Reitz. And we'll have Clark's top of the 2nd inning when we come back to Lockhart Field after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we're back at Lockhart Field here in Groton, South Dakota for Region 2B VFW action. I am Pat Kraus bringing it to you live and on live ticket here. Every game in its entirety here during the tournament. We're in game number 4. 3 games in the books so far. Clark and Webster both 1-0 as they won their respective first-round matchups. Redfield ended their tournament 0-2. And Groton stays alive. They are 1-1 as they lost their first matchup and won their second one. First pitch from Owen Edwards is in there for a strike to Mato Denoyer. Mato wearing number 77. Owen Edwards in his second inning of work at 85 pitches. The 0-1, that gets past the catcher. Looking at Edwards' pitch count, he's got 9 pitches before he's going to have to call it a day. 95 is the daily max. The 1-1 is low, and he threw 65 pitches against Groton. So I think Webster just figured we'll max him out, but one of the issues they're going to run into is pitching depth. And, looking at the team still alive in this tournament, I think Groton has the most pitching depth, and that's going to help them. 3 balls and 1 strike to Mato Denoyer as Owen Edwards is struggling to find the strike zone. Edwards takes a long look in there. There's nobody on base. The 3-1, and Denoyer fouls it off. That fills the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 the count. Number 77, Mato Denoyer. Again, another long pause by Edwards. The 3-2, and that's chopped up the middle. Edwards, good fielder himself. He fields it, runs it halfway over, and flips to Mount for the out. So Denoyer retired 1-3. And now he's at 90 pitches. And Ernesto Garcia is going to step up. Garcia, the designated hitter. He's hitting for Max Bratland. First pitch is in there for a strike. Edwards looking to kind of finish strong here as he's down. This potentially could be his last batter. All depends on how the at-bat goes. The 0-1, that misses high. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1-1 on the way, and that gets by Snaza to the backstop. 2 balls, 1 strike. And again, if Edwards is unable to retire Garcia in the next 2 pitches, or the next pitch, really, then this will be his last batter. So 94 now. This next pitch will be his 95th, and that will end his day on the mound. As the rule states, is he can't finish the batter, so whenever this batter ends, this will be his last batter he faces. And that's going to do it, as Garcia is going to reach on a walk. Owen Edwards is at his 95 pitch max. And it looks like they're just going to go Edwards for Edwards. Owen's going to go to short. Looks like Caleb's going to come from short to pitch. And that's going to be our change so far. So Owen Edwards reaches his max. Again, he threw 65 pitches in the first game, or in their first game against Groton, and Webster decided to bring him strolling back out there against Clark, and he threw 30 pitches and got through an inning and a third. And looks like they're going to bring in his brother Caleb to relieve him. Oliver Ritz is going to be up while Edwards finishes his warm-up pitches again. I mentioned this a few different times, but want to send out a few thank yous to some people during this time. Again, if you're watching, the sponsors at the bottom of the screen that are scrolling across, they're the principal sponsors that help bring you this live action. We've been able to, here in Groton, live stream all of our games this summer, or at least most of them, with the help of Axel Warrington, who runs the show up here. I just come up and talk for a little while. But he takes care of everything up here, and those sponsors are why we're able to do this. And also a gigantic shout out to the Groton Baseball Softball Foundation. Those board members do a lot of work. They were able to do the fundraising and purchase the equipment for our live ticket streams, and we truly do appreciate that. First batter at Caleb Edwards is going to face is number 20, Oliver Reitz. He swings at the first pitch and falls behind, no balls and 1 strike. 1 out. 1 out, and Ernesto Garcia on first. The 0-1 runner goes, and the ball's hit into center. Baumgarten comes in. He's going to misjudge it, and it's going to go over his head. Now there might be a play at second, and he's safe at second as Owen Edwards gets pulled off the base. Baumgarten looked like he had it measured, and he just overran it. And by the time Ernesto Garcia realized it, he was heading back to first, but he hustles in, and throw coming in from the outfield pulled Edwards off, and Clark's got runners on first and second, 1 out. And the top of the order up here in Logan Labrie. Ball gets away from Snaza, and the runners are all each going to move up 1 base. Garcia to third and Reitz to second. Pitch called a ball as Logan Labrie steps in. Labrie struck out his first at bat, but reached on a pass ball. The 1-0 misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Labrie was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in the first game. He had a walk and 2 strikeouts. It's not ideal for your leadoff hitter, but he's there for a reason. So hopefully, Coach Greenfield keeping the competency. The 2-1 to Labrie, that misses low and away. Three balls, 1 strike to leadoff hitter for Clark, Logan Labrie. Labrie playing second base today. The 3-1, and Labrie swings and fouls it out of play. He still looks like he's kind of flying that front side out a little bit and dipping his back shoulder, and that's what's catching the ball underneath. The 3-2, and he swings and he pops another one foul. He's kind of got his body pulling off the ball. He's looking like his upper body's going towards the first base dugout more than up the middle. So he'll make an adjustment here. 3-2, that misses, and Labrie's going to be aboard with a 1-out walk. That's going to load the bases. That's going to bring up Jacob Steen. Steen hit a double in his first at bat. Scored Labrie. Steen hits the ball hard. He's one of probably Clark's better hitters. First pitch chases, and we're going to have a play at the plate, and Ernesto Garcia scores easily. As the other runners also move up. Labrie to second and Reitz to third. So second and third. Jacob Steen still at the plate. Steen had a few hits and hit the ball hard in the first game earlier today against Redfield. No balls and 1 strike as Steen chased that first pitch. The 0-1, that's going to stay high. Count evens now, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. The 1-1. And Steen hits a hard shot up the middle. That's going to score 1 run. And Labrie checks in at third. He's going to stay here as Baumgarten comes in hard and gets the ball back to the infield. Reitz scores on an RBI single by Steen. Puts runners on first and third. Still only 1 out, and Emerson Larson's at the plate. Larson grounded out to the third baseman his first at bat. Clark leads now 4-1. This is the winner's game. These two teams won earlier today. Steen goes on the first pitch, and There will be no throw, and he's in safely at second. As I said, and I kind of repeat myself, the first and third situation in this age level is pretty much an automatic. And Larson way out in front and swings over the top and counts even. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Infield playing kind of in. Some of them are in, some of them are back. 1-1 misses low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. If anything, the infield should be playing a few steps in just because the grass is so thick. It's pretty slow. The 2-1, that's going to get by Snaza. And here comes Labrie. He's going to hustle home, and he will score without a play. And that's going to be the 5th run of the game for Clark. And Steen moves up 1 base. He's at third now. Time is called, and they're going to courtesy run, it looks like, for the pitcher. Again, that's another one of those VFW rules that, again, it's not what you see traditionally. Courtesy runners aren't traditional anyway, but they do help speed the game up if it's for the catcher. The 3-1 to Larson, that's going to be hit into left. That's going to get down. Kurkowski keeps it in front. Larson hustling around, and he's going to be safe at second on a hustle double from Emerson Larson. Not a bad play out there by Taten Kurkowski. His ball was hit hard. He kept the ball in front of him, but Larson hustling out of the box. He's in at second, and Steen scores the 6th run of the game for Clark, the 3rd this inning. They lead now 6-1, and Josh Canagater in the box. Canagater hit a hard double his first at bat. First pitch catches the top of the strike zone. Kind of got fooled there a little bit as he was out in front and committed and couldn't hold it back. So he takes first pitch for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Runner goes. Pitch goes behind Snaza. Larson's going to round it hard. Go about a quarter of the way down the line, but no further as Snaza gets after it, gets it back to his pitcher. Time's going to be called as the manager comes out of the dugout or coach comes out of the dugout to take a look at his pitcher and calm him down a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, this pitcher is old enough to still be playing on the U12 team. But they bring him up because he's got some talent and they need the numbers. The 1-0 to Canagater, that misses. I think it's 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 the count to Josh Canagater. Canagater playing shortstop. And Canagater swings and pops it up into foul territory. Mount's going to give it a look, and he's going to track it down. And Larson went back to tag. Very, very heads-up running there by Emerson Larson. Larson went back to tag and successfully tagged up, and as he took off for home, Mount started to run him back, and as soon as he threw it, Larson broke for home. Ball got away from Sheldon Schmig, and there's our 7th run of the game. Base is empty now. Michael Severson at the plate. He reached on an error in his first at bat. First pitch stays high. The 1-0 misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. To Michael Severson. Michael Severson is in the extra hitter position for Clark. The 2-0 swung on and pulled foul. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 2nd inning. The 2-1. That clips the outside corner for a strike. Two outs. 2-2 to Severson, and he reaches and slaps it out. Slaps it foul, just wide of third. Count remains 2-2. Caleb Edwards here in relief of his brother Owen. The 2-2, a spinner that stays out wide. Count runs full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Michael Severson. Again, he's in the extra hitter position for Clark. Edwards taking his time. And the 3-2 on the way. And Severson swings through it. And Edwards gets his first strikeout of the ball game as Michael Severson goes down swinging, but Clark does get 4 or 5 more. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my scorebook making sure. I have 5 runs. Scoreboard only has 4 this inning. They did score 5, a couple of hits, and they leave none, excuse me. And after inning and a half, Clark leads 8-1 for Webster coming up in the bottom of the second. It'll be Kirkowski, Caleb Edwards, and Carlson. We'll have that back for you here at Lockhurst Field in 30 seconds.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we're back here. Tatum Kirkowski takes first pitch low for a ball. Kirkowski's first at bat of the tournament. He's playing left field. Jacob Steen in his second inning of work, and Kirkowski swings and fouls it off. Again, I think Kirkowski, another one of those younger kids that could be playing U12, but they bring him up to help out here with the 14U. 1-1 misses inside, brushes him back a little bit. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 from Steen, and that gets Kirkowski out of the way. And 3-1. Clark leading now 8-1. They put 3 up in the first and 5 in the second. The 3-1 to Kirkowski, and that's going to miss inside, and that's going to put Kirkowski on first with a leadoff walk. Caleb Edwards is going to step to the plate. Caleb had a tough go of it in his first game. I believe he went 0 for the game. Only put the ball in play once. First pitch is in there for a strike. Again, though, I believe he's one of those that's young enough to be down in the U12 ranks, and he's up here playing on the big field with the big boys, and so I give him a lot of credit. Steen checks Kirkowski at first. He's back in safely. You see on the screen there the size difference between Kirkowski and Larson. Well, Larson's almost 6 foot tall. Kirkowski barely 5 foot. The 0-1, that's in there for a strike. And Steen quickly ahead here. No balls and 2 strikes to Caleb Edwards. Edwards now Webster's pitcher. Came in relief of Owen Edwards as he reached his pitch max. Check at first is not in time. Good dive and slide back in there by Kirkowski. As he's found his limit there with the lead. Looks like he might even taken an extra step there. The 0-2 gets away from Bratland, and that's going to move Kirkowski up to second as he gets in safely on the wild pitch. Bratland unable to corral the pitch as it gets by him to the backstop. Moves Krakowski to second. The 1-2 again gets away from Bratland, and here comes Krakowski. Steen quickly got ahead here, 0-2, and the last couple of pitches weren't even close, and that one isn't either. That's going to run the count 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2, and that's going to miss, and that's going to put Caleb Edwards on first. As Jacob Steen had him down, no balls and 2 strikes, and then loses him to a walk. And with nobody out here, Webster has something going. Runners on first and third. Dylan Carlson coming to the plate. Carlson came in substitution in the first game, got a couple of at-bats. First pitch to Carlson, that's in there for a strike. So Steen fires back in after throwing 4 straight to, actually got 2 strikes and then threw 4 in a row to Edwards. He comes back with a strike here to Carlson. The 0-1, and Carlson takes for strike 2. And Carlson with a pretty big strike zone, as he's one of the tallest kids we have. He's probably about 6'2", 6'3" for a 13, 14-year-old. Steen checks. Now he's going to throw back, and Edwards in there safely. Steen checks over there. He likes to check a couple of different times. Krakowski's on third. He got on with a walk. So did Edwards. The 0-2 to Carlson is low, and Edwards is going to be in safely at second with no throw from Bratland. And Dylan Carlson still behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 swung on and missed, and Carlson is going to go down swinging for the first out. And that's going to bring us back to the top of the order for Webster and Colby Coyne. Coyne walked and scored the only run so far for Webster. First pitch to Coyne. They swung on and missed. Strike 1. Coyne falls behind, no balls, 1 strike. Steen comes home, the 0-1. That's going to miss outside. Jacob Steen's pitch is starting to kind of creep up there a little bit. The 1-1 misses high and outside. Runners on second and third for Webster. Tayton Krakowski at third. Caleb Edwards at second. Coyne takes on the inside corner for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coyne kind of stepped out on that one. Thought it was going to be farther inside. Stays on the corner. 2-2 to Coyne. That's going to miss outside. Count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Steen creeping up on that 50 pitch mark here. Only threw an inning and a third. He gets his sign, and then he comes home. The 3-2. And they're going to say strike 3 to Colby Coyne. And he goes down looking for the second out. The Webster faithful in attendance didn't feel that was a strike, but umpire Matt Rohrbach said it caught the top side of the strike zone. He does like that high strike. 2 outs, runner in the second, third. Sheldon Schmieg ducks out of the way of the first pitch as it goes over his head for ball 1. Schmieg walked in his first at-bat, got as far as third where he was stranded. And the 1-0, that's in there for a strike. Again, he likes that high strike, so 1-1 the count, 2 outs. Caleb Edwards on second, Tayton Krakowski on third. The 1-1, and Schmieg swings and fouls it out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Webster threatening here. Runners on second, third. They had not scored this inning. They scored 1 in the first, but nothing so far here. The 1-2 to Schmieg. Swung on and grounded to short. Kennegator can't handle it. And Schmieg is going to reach on the error. Krakowski scores on the play. And Edwards moves up to third. Kind of a slow roller there, a little bouncer. And Kennegator charged hard, but unable to field it cleanly. That brings up Devin Snaza. Snaza was a strikeout victim in his first at-bat. Steen checks. And a lot closer than it should have been, as Schmieg goes in standing up, and he goes in sliding. It's not even a close play, but Steen made it close along with Larson. First pitch to Snaza on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike. Steen checks the runners. The 0-1. Runner goes, and he's going to be up standing. Pitch was swung on and missed for a strike, so no balls and 2 strikes. Again, Webster with runners on second and third. Devin Snaza looking to get a couple more across. The 0-2 swung on and grounded down the first baseline, and foul. Just barely foul over the first base bag. 0-2, the count, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Devin Snaza, the catcher for Webster. The 0-2. That's on the outside corner for strike 3, and Snaza goes down looking for the third out. Webster gets 1. No hits. They leave a couple, and after 2 complete, Clark leads 8-2. Top of the third coming up, it'll be Palmer, Damian Severson, and Denoyer. And we'll have the top of the third inning when we return to Lockhart Field after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and
And welcome back to Lockhart Field here in Groton, South Dakota. I'm Pat Kraus bringing you 14U VFW Region 2B action. We are in the winner's side of the bracket with Webster taking on Clark. Currently, Clark leading 8-2. They scored 3 in the first and 5 in the second, and Webster scoring 1 in each of those innings. Defensive changes here for Webster, as it looks like we're going to have a little pitching change as Caleb Edwards is going to come out off the mound anyway. He's not coming out of the game. He's going to move to second base. It looks like we're going to do just a straight switch situation here where Caleb Edwards is going to second. Dylan Carlson is going to be the new pitcher. And it looks like Devin Snaza is going to come out and play third. And Sheldon Schmig is going to go behind the plate. So, being a catcher in hot weather sometimes can wear on a kid. So, maybe going to give Snaza a little bit of a break. And he's going to go to third. And Schmig's going to go back behind the plate. So, those are our defensive changes. For Clark coming up here, we're going to have Cooper Palmer. Palmer's going to lead things off. He grounded out second to first in his first at bat. Following Palmer this inning will be Damian Severson and Mato Denoyer. Palmer digs in. Palmer wearing the number 99. The first pitch from Carlson swung on by Palmer. That's going to fall for a hit in front of Baumgarten. Baumgarten fields and fires it back in. But Cooper Palmer is aboard with a leadoff single. Wasted no time. First pitch from Carlson. And he finds a home in short center. Runner goes on the first pitch, and he is up standing safely at second. Pitch called the ball. And Damian Severson in the box now for Clark. The 1-0 to Damian. Swung on, chopped here to third. Snaza fields it. He checks the runner. Now he's going to throw across, but he's not going to get it there in time. Now Matt Mount's firing it across, and they're going to get the runner. Well, maybe. And they got Palmer at third, trying to advance on the throw. Good, strong throw by Matt Mount. And they're going to cut Palmer down for the first out. Severson reaches on the infield single. And with one out and runner on first, Mato Denoyer comes up. Mato takes inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Severson takes his lead. Carlson checks the 1-0, and it takes upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Severson takes his lead. Carlson steps off. No throw, but he did step off, so he's okay to do that. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Clark leading 8-2. The 2-0 to Denoyer. He swings and misses. Good healthy swing there, but he swings through it. Wind still kind of blowing in from left. Nothing too serious. Again, beautiful night out here at the ballpark. The 2-1. Severson goes. Pitch taken for a ball. And Severson in standing up. Not a bad throw there by Schmieg, but again, the arm strength and the quick exchange for catchers at this age just isn't quite there yet, and that'll come with time. Carlson checks. Now he's going to chase Damian Severson back to the base. 3 balls, 1 strike here to the center fielder for Clark, Mato Denoyer. The 3-1 runner goes again. Throw down to third is not in time. And Severson has another stolen base. And Denoyer, he's aboard also with a walk. And that's going to put runners on first and third and bring up Ernesto Garcia. Garcia walked and scored in his first at bat. I tell you one thing about Clark here is their bottom third of their lineup. Their 8, 9, and 10 hitters are productive. And Garcia swings at the first pitch and pops it foul out of play. But these guys they produce. They get on base and they score runs, and that's what it takes to be a good team, and that's what Clark has going here. Denoyer goes on the pitch, and he's going to be up easy standing up. But looking back at the previous game, these guys here, Denoyer, Garcia, and Reitz, they accounted for 6 of the 17 runs. That's pretty good production for the bottom half of the lineup there. The 1-1, that's going to miss in the dirt, and we're going to have us play at the plate. And Damian Severson scores on the play. And Denoyer moves up to third. And that extends the lead for Clark to 9-2. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 from Carlson, that's going to miss inside to Garcia. Garcia kind of leans back to get out of the way. 3 balls, 1 strike. The 3-1 on the way. That's on the outside corner, fills the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Clark has 1 run across so far here in the top of the 3rd inning. The 3-2, and that's going to be bounced and get past. Here comes Denoyer, and he's going to score the 2nd run of the inning for Clark. Garcia reaches first on the walk, and that's going to bring up Oliver Reitz. Again, like I said, Reitz and Garcia and Denoyer, these bottom three guys really producing for Clark in that first game and continuing to here. Runner goes on the first pitch, and Garcia's going to be in safely at second as he got a good jump. Looks like the ball got him when they threw down. Time's going to be called now as coach from Webster comes out. He's going to talk to Carlson. 10-2 our score here in the top of the third inning. Clark leading with one out, looking to extend that lead. Again, here in the youth, the junior teener level, we do have the run rules where it's 10 runs. If you're winning by 10 runs after 5, the game ends short, 15 after 3. The 1-0 from Carlson, that stays high. 2-0. We've seen a couple of games end via the run rule so far today. Clark defeated Redfield 17-7 in a 10-run rule game, and Groton defeated Redfield on a 15-run rule game. The 2-0 swung on and grounded to second. Caleb Edwards is up with it. He's going to have to make a hurry with this play, and he got him by a half step. Reed's hustling down the line to make the play close. But he is retired 4-3 if you're scoring. That's going to bring up Logan Labrie. Labrie's been on a couple of times. He reached on, he struck out and reached on a pass ball, came around and scored, and then he walked and came around and scored. So officially 0 for 1. Takes the first one for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Garcia takes his lead from third. The 1-0 from Carlson, that misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. And leadoff hitter here, Logan Labrie, doing his job, getting on base, scoring runs. That's what he's supposed to do as a leadoff hitter. 2-0, that stays upstairs. 3-0 now. Jacob Steen on deck. Steen, probably right now the most productive hitter for Clark in their lineup. The 3-0 on the way, and that's going to miss outside, not even close. So Labrie is going to be aboard with a 2-out walk, and that'll bring up Jacob Steen. In this game so far, Steen has a double, and they got Labrie in a rundown. Looks like he took off trying to catch Webster sleeping, and it worked as he ends up on second. And on the play, Ernesto Garcia is going to score from third, and that's going to put Clark up now 11-2. Again, with probably their most productive hitter at the plate, and Jacob Steen. First pitch on the way. That's going to miss in the dirt. Labrie bluffs, doesn't go. 2 outs, 1 ball, no strikes. Clark has 3 across so far here in this inning. Carlson checks at second, the 1-0. And Steen hits it hard up the middle. That's going to get through. Labrie, he slows down, looking kind of where the ball is, but he's going to come in and score easily. Ball gets away, and now Steen, he's going to advance. And another hit for Steen. And they're going to call time, and they're going to courtesy run. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change for Webster as Clark extends their lead now to 12-2. Looks like Gage Baumgarten's going to come in from center. We've got another Justin Ponce is going to come in. It looks like, if I'm reading this right, Carlson's coming out of the game entirely. Trying to get the changes here. I think I've got it. I think Carlson's coming out of the game. Justin Ponce is going in for Carlson. Ponce is going to come in for Carlson. He'll be in right. That'll move Kobe Coyne over to center. Center fielder Gage Baumgarten is coming in to pitch. And pitcher Dylan Carlson is entirely out of the game. So that's our defensive changes for Webster as Gage Baumgarten takes his warm-up pitches. Clark leading now 12-2, as they've scored 3 in the first, 5 in the second, 4 so far here in the third. And Webster 1 in the first, 1 in the second so far here. Winner of this game will remain undefeated, and they will advance to the 7 o'clock game tomorrow night. And the loser will fall to the 5 o'clock game where they will meet up with Groton. Groton stayed alive with a 17-2 victory over Redfield in the game prior to this one. This is game number 4 of the tournament. 6 for surely scheduled, with a possibility of a 7th game on Tuesday. How that would happen is if, say, things stayed the same here and Clark is victorious, they would move into the 7 o'clock game. Webster would fall and play Groton at 5. The winner of that would play Clark then at 7. And if Clark were to lose that game, there would be a final championship game on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. As I said, this is a double elimination format with 4 teams. It gets done quick, but it can take some time, as the double elimination format does do. So Gage Baumgarten into pitch. There is a runner on second, and that's, was Jacob Steen. Now they're courtesy running for him because he is the pitcher. Emerson Larson at the plate. Larson hit a double his last at bat. First pitch from Baumgarten swung on and popped up. Schmig can't find it, and it's going to fall harmlessly. Again, that's a tough play as a catcher because, you see the bat get swung and you hear the ball get hit, and there's a lot of things that go into that, and trying to track the ball and find it, it's a difficult play. The 0-1 to Larson. That swung on and popped out of play. Again, he's a little bit out in front of it. And Coach Greenfield telling him to sit back and hit the top half, find a line drive or a hard ground ball somewhere, not these pop flies. No balls, 2 strikes to the Clark first baseman, Emerson Larson. Larson did a little pitching today, too, as well. And the 0-2 from Baumgarten. And that's going to be hit hard at third. Snaza on to first, and in time to retire Larson on a close play. And that'll be the third out. But Clark gets 4 more to push the lead to 12-2. And so after 3.5, it's 12-2 Clark. Coming up in the bottom of the third inning, it'll be Mount, Baumgarten, and Edwards, and we'll have the bottom of the third inning back here at Lockhart Field after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we're back here at Lockhart Field. This is Pat Kraus bringing you Region 2B 14U VFW action on live ticket. We are slated to bring you all the games. We have given you 3 so far today, with our 4th one occurring right now. 2 more tomorrow for sure, and then possibly another one on Tuesday. We'll see how things play out. First pitch to Matt Mount is at the knees for a strike. Jacob Steen in his 3rd inning of work. 57 pitches for Clark's starting pitcher. Matt Mount, 0 for 1 so far. The 0-1 misses behind him. 1 ball, 1 strike. Matt Mount leading off here. He's playing first base for Webster in this game. The 1-1 misses high. And Steen kind of working fast here. I like a kid that works fast, but need to throw strikes if you're going to work fast. 3 balls now, 1 strike. The 3-1 from Steen. And that's going to be hit hard, hit high into left field. It's caught by Denoyer. He didn't even know he had it. And Mount flies out to center field. Looked like Reitz and Denoyer were both converging, and neither one of them really said anything, and Denoyer ends up making the catch. And like I said, I don't think he even knew he had it. So Mount is retired. That brings up Gage Baumgarten. He takes first pitch at the knees for a strike. So no balls and 1 strike on Steen. Jacob Steen's 63rd pitch of the ball game. The 0-1. That's been kind of the pattern here for Steen, is he does a nice job getting 1 strike, and then I'm not sure what he does. He tries to overthrow or whatever, but that next pitch usually isn't very close. So try to find a way to get 2 in a row. The 1-1, and that misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Gage Baumgart. Gage now the new pitcher for Webster. The 2-1, and that's low. And again, I think Steen just gets a little down on himself. He needs to just relax, throw strikes. The 3-1 swung on and missed, and that's going to fill the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and well, maybe he found something there where he realized that there's no need. The 3-2 on the way. On the outside corner for strike 3, and Baumgarten goes down looking for out number 2. And Steen battles back, fell behind 3-1, battles back and gets him. That brings up Owen Edwards. Owen Edwards went down looking in his first at bat. First pitch misses outside. Edwards was the starting pitcher in today's ball game. He actually started both games today for Webster. Went 65 pitches against Groton, and then finished out his daily max with just over 30 pitches here today against Clark. He's playing shortstop now. The 2-0 from Steen. That's down the middle at the knees for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Clark leading 12-2. The 2-1. That's on the corner for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Steen looks in at Bratland. The 2-2 swung on, popped up, foul. Bratland did a nice job there. Even though the ball went out of play, he had a good beat on it. Could see where it was going. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2 on the outside corner, down for strike 3 goes Edwards for the 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down here in the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. After 3 innings complete, Clark leads 12-2. Top of the 4th inning coming up. It's going to be Cannigator, Michael Severson, and Palmer, and we'll have the top of the 4th inning back here at Lockhurst Field after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com Webster.com now.
And we're back to Region 2B action. VFW 14U division. We're in the winner's side here with Clark jumping out and hanging on here so far to a 12-2 lead over Webster. Clark got here by way of a 10-run rule victory over Redfield, 17-7. And Webster got here by way of a 17-8 victory over Groton. And that's where we're at here so far. Winner of this game will move on and we'll play at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. The loser of this game will go and play at 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon against Groton, who defeated Redfield and ended their tournament in the game prior to this one. Gage Baumgarten is in beginning his second inning of relief. Josh Candigator is going to be the leadoff hitter here in the top of the fourth inning. He is 1 for 2, doubled and scored in the first, and then flied out in the second. First pitch from Baumgarten, that misses inside as Candigator jumps out of the way. Fourth inning here, 12-2 our score. Clark scored 3, 5, and 4 in the respective first 3 innings. The 1-0 on the way. And Candigator takes that high. 2-0. And Webster has scored 1 in each of the first 2 innings and then was shut out in the third as they went 3 up, 3 down. Baumgarten gets set, comes in now. The 2-0 on the way. That's misses outside as Schmig snags it and throws it back. 3-0 now to Candigator. Michael Severson, the big lefty, stands on deck. The 3-0 on the way from Baumgarten to Candigator. And that's inside, and Candigator is aboard with leadoff 4-pitch walk. That'll bring out Michael Severson. Severson in that extra hitter position. He reached on an error and struck out, so officially 0 for 2 in today's ball game. Again, these Clark kids got some size to them. First pitch to Severson, swung on and hit hard to short. Owen Edwards to Caleb Edwards, and that ball's going to get away, and nobody in right field to back it up, and Candigator is going to check in at third. So Candigator advances to third. Severson gets on the fielder's choice. Candigator advances on the error. Runners on first and third, nobody out. We've got Cooper Palmer at the plate now. Palmer, he doesn't like to sit around, so that's what I figured. He likes to swing at that first pitch. And on the play, Caleb Edwards tries a little backhanded shovel to Owen at second, and the ball gets away. So that's 2 plays in a row where middle infielders can't find each other. Run scores on the play, Josh Candigator, and Palmer is on first on a fielder's choice. Michaels. Mason Knock coming in the game for Michael Severson. So he will be running at second right now. No outs. Knock on second. Palmer on first. 13-2 our score. And Damian Severson is swinging at the first pitch. He fouls it off the dugout. Looking back here, I know I said something about Cooper Palmer. Yeah, I don't think he's seen more than 3 or 4 pitches in the game so far. He gets up there, he's ready to swing. A lot of these Clark players are, and that's a reason why they're scoring so many runs. The 0-1 to Severson, swung on and lined into the left, and that's going to go foul. Again, Baumgarten throwing strikes, and again, that's very helpful, and that's what you ask your pitchers to do. But when you're playing a team like Clark, who up and down the lineup. Like I said, they can bat 10 with the extra hitter, and all 10 of their guys are contributing, and that's, like I said, that's a testament to them and what they're doing. The 0-2 to Severson, that misses, gets away, and runners will move up. Mason Knock wasn't quite sure what to do there, and third base coach Brock Greenfield was down getting the foul ball, and runners do move up though. 1 ball, 2 strikes, runners on second, third, nobody out. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The 1-2 to Severson in the dirt, gets away, but not far enough from Schmieg for Knock to score from third. Two balls, 2 strikes. Again, we are in flirting with run rule territory here, as Clark does have an 11-run lead. They're able to get 4 here and hold them. The game could be over. 2-2, and Severson takes it low and away. That runs the count full. Mato DeNoyer stands on deck. The 3-2 on the way, and Severson grounds it to the right side. Caleb Edwards on to first. They're going to get Severson out at first, but Mason Knock is going to score the 14th run. Palmer moves up. That's the first out of the inning. Mato DeNoyer coming up to the plate now with Cooper Palmer on third. And the first pitch to DeNoyer misses high and inside. Ball 1. Palmer takes a walking lead off of third. DeNoyer wearing number 77. Gets ready, swings through the 1-0, kind of chases out of the zone, but being aggressive in there. Again, as I said, these 8, 9, and 10 hitters for Clark, they really have found a way to be productive. The 1-1 to DeNoyer, misses outside, gets Schmieg out of his stance to go after it. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Clark has 2 across so far. They've scored multiple runs in every inning to this point. The 2-1, that's going to get DeNoyer out of the way as it comes inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ernesto Garcia stands on deck. The 3-1 from Baumgarten. That's going to miss, and DeNoyer is going to reach with a 1-out walk. Put runners on first and third. And that looks like they're going to... Okay, pinch hitting here for Ernesto Garcia will be Diego Garcia. Diego wearing number 83. First pitch on the way, that misses high. Ball 1. Again, Baumgarten having some trouble here. Said so far, Clark scored multiple runs in every inning. That's why they lead 14-2. The 1-0 to Diego, and that misses. Palmer bluffs it, but Coach Greenfield keeps Palmer at third, but he does yell across at DeNoyer, and wondering why he hasn't moved off the base yet on that pass ball. So DeNoyer takes a walking lead. Palmer's got his lead at third. And the 2-0 on the way to Diego. Diego swings and pops it up. Schmieg, that's going to fall for a hit. And Webster's going to throw it around here, and everybody's going to be safe. Palmer's going to score. And Diego's going to end up at second. DeNoyer's going to end up at third. Another run scored, so there's 3 this inning. Will Hovde Will Hovde's going to do the pinch hitting here for Oliver Wright. He takes high for ball 1. Clark now extends their lead 15-2. 15-2 now, 13-run lead. Runners on second and third, Diego Garcia and Mato Denoyer. Hovde swings through. Count evens. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. That's in there for a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Clark leading 15-2. The 1-2 to Hovde, swung on and fouled straight back. And Coach Greenfield short hops it to the pitcher. We'll give him a break. It's been a while. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Will Hovde. The 1-2 on the way. Stays high, evens count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got runners on second and thirds. Runner on second is Diego Garcia. Runner on third is Mato Denoyer. Garcia on second because he hit a pop fly that was not fielded. And then Webster threw it around a little bit. The 2-2 swung on a pop foul, out of play. And the kids scatter. It looks like even a mom getting into the mix over there. They're kind of wrestling over it. We'll see who comes out with it. It looks like 2-2 the count. 2 Hovde. 2-2 misses inside and a little high. Runs the count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Will Hovde for Oliver Wrights. It looks like we're going to have another pinch hitter coming up for Logan Labrie as he's not on deck currently. The 3-2, Hovde takes that high for ball 4. Dawson Lanchin. Dawson Lanchin will be batting for Logan Labrie. And he's going to pinch hit for Logan Labrie, but looks like Webster is also going to make some changes here as Gage Baumgarten is coming off the mound. He looks like he's heading back to center field. Colby Coyne came running in from center field and looks like he's putting on the catching gear down here in front of us. And looks like catcher Sheldon Schmig is going to come out from behind the plate and go do the pitching. So Clark is leading here 15-2, looking like they are going to cement their spot in tomorrow night's 7 o'clock game. Webster will, if things stay the same, Webster will fall to that 5 o'clock game, and they will play against Groton in an elimination game. The winner of the 5 o'clock game tomorrow night will go on and play Clark in the, you can call it the championship game, I guess. If Clark wins, it'll be the championship game. If Clark loses, there will be another game on Tuesday. And again, we'll bring you all those games as we have done today. We are on our 4th out of 4. And 2 more tomorrow for sure, starting at 5. And going 5 and 7. Again, if you're looking to watch or have family members continue to watch, please remind them to share the link from the Groton Baseball Softball Foundation Facebook page. You will find the link to our YouTube channel and be able to find all the games from today if you want to go back and watch. Or if you're able to listen and watch them live, as we will be bringing tomorrow night's games as well as any additional games And again, a big thank you to the foundation, because they went through the effort to fundraise and raise the money to get us the equipment that we need to do the live stream. We kind of tested it all out a couple years ago with doing the Junior Legion State Tournament, and then last year we went full go and we broadcasted every single Class B Senior Legion State Tournament game, and it was very, very much a success, and I appreciate all that they did to allow me to do it. First pitch swinging from Dawson Lanchin. Lanchin pinch hitting for Logan Labrie is fouled back. Sheldon Schmig now into pitch for Webster. The 0-1 on the way. Swung on and grounded back to the pitcher. Schmig goes to second for one, and the relay is not in time. A run does score on the play as Denoyer comes in to score. Hovde is thrown out 1-6 for the second out. And Lanchin is safe at first on the fielder's choice. Diego Garcia moves up to third. So runners on first and third, 2 outs. Score 16-2. Jacob Steen in the box. Steen, 3 for 3 today, 2 singles and a double, 2 runs scored. I said this earlier, he's probably Clark's most productive hitter, and that's saying quite a bit because they've got a lot of good ones. Jacob Steen, 2-1. 21, the number on his back. He's still doing the pitching. And that pitch misses, and 3-0 the count to Jacob Steen. Runners on first and third. 14-run lead here for Clark, 16-2. The 3-0 swung on and driven into left field. That's going to be down for a hit. That's going to get by Kurkowski. He picks it up, fires it in. Steen hustling to second. He's going to be safe at second on a close play. Diego Garcia scores the 17th run for Clark. Lanchin advances to third, and Steen is in at second on a double, and time's called here as they're going to have a courtesy runner coming in for the pitcher, Jacob Steen. Emerson Larson in the box now, number 29. He's the first baseman. Larson has grounded out a couple of times and hit a double. First pitch on the way to Larson. That misses low. This coin picks it out of the dirt. Sheldon Schmig now, I believe he is the 5th pitcher for Webster. The 1-0 swung on and chopped foul down here in front of the Webster dugout. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Clark leading 17-2 as they have opened it up here. There's a lot of crooked numbers on that scoreboard for Clark as they scored 3 in the first, 5 in the second, 4 in the third, and now 5 in the fourth. The 1-1 misses. I think the steam has run out of Webster's sails here as they are running out of pitching, running out of life a little bit. The 2-1 swung on and grounded to third. Snaza up with it. He's going to fire it across in time to retire Larson. And that is the 3rd time that Larson has grounded out to the third baseman for the 3rd out. But Clark gets 5, pushes their lead to 17-2 after 3.5. That's our score. Clark leads 17-2. We'll have the bottom of the 4th coming up. It'll be Kurkowski, Caleb Edwards, and Justin Ponce coming up to bat for Webster in the bottom of the 4th, and we'll have that for you here at Lockhart Field after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we're back here at the bottom of the fourth inning. This is the winner's bracket side of the Region 2B VFW 14U tournament. Clark in control here, leading 17-2 over Webster. As it sits right now, Jacob Steen's first pitch to Kurkowski misses. If nothing changes and Webster does not score in this inning, game will be called by the 15-run rule. The 1-0 to Kurkowski is in the dirt. Jacob Steen in again. Looks like they're going to ride him to his max as he's at 75, now 76 pitches. The 2-0 to Kurkowski, that misses. Kurkowski does not have an official at bat. He walked and came around and scored a run back in the second inning. The 3-0 in the dirt. And Kurkowski again aboard with a leadoff walk. He did the same thing back in the second inning. He led off the inning with a walk and found his way around to score. Looks like Ethan Schlotty is coming into bat. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Ethan Schlotty wearing number 7. He played left field in the first game. Steen checks and almost throws it away. Nice play by Larson. Again, up 15. I'm not quite sure why he'd want to be risking that. As he checks, Kurkowski doesn't go. Schlotty gets a little piece of it and fouls it off. No balls and 2 strikes to Ethan Schlotty. Recall time called here as we wait for the on-deck batter to retrieve the ball to the backstop. The 0-2, that misses low and away, and Brantlin pops up like he's going to bluff a throw, and Kurkowski hustles back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2, that's on the corner for strike 3, and Schlotty goes down looking for out number 1. That'll bring up Justin Ponce. Ponce came in as a defensive replacement back in the second inning. He came in to play right field, but now batting in Dylan Carlson's spot. Carlson came out of the game when he from pitching. 1 ball, no strikes. Tate Kurkowski on first. The 1-0 to Ponce is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Steen, next pitch will be his 85th. And Ponce swings and misses. He's a little tardy there. Again, Steen hopefully just kind of figures out, rears back, and throws strikes. The 1-2 in the dirt. Nice snag there by Brantlin back there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ponce digging in. Kurkowski takes his lead. The 2-2 swung on and fouled. Out of play as Justin Ponce does get a piece of that ball and flips it foul, out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Clark leading 17-2. The 2-2 swung on, chop foul. Ponce stays alive. And Steen Steen now creeping up there, getting closer to the 90 pitch mark. He's at 88. The daily max for these kids of this age is 95, 80. And that's going to hit Ponce in the leg, and he's going to be aboard. Now we got 2 runners on for Webster, runner on first, runner on second. And that'll bring us back top of the order, and Colby Coyne. Coyne is 0 for 1. Walk and scored a run in his first at bat in the first inning, and went down looking in his next at bat. First pitch to Coyne. That's on the low side of the strike zone there. The 0-1. That misses it. That hits the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Must be kind of deceiving. I think the catcher moves a little more, and maybe it is a strike, maybe it's not. The 0-2 on the corner for strike 3, and Coyne goes down on 3 pitches for the second out. Sheldon Schmig steps in now. Schmig doing the pitching. He's been on base a couple of times. First pitch on the corner for a strike. Webster essentially down to their last out here if they don't score a run, and Schmig not able to get on. And he's swinging. He's in a short looper into center and converging. Nobody comes up with it, and the runners run over each other. Denoyer's going to throw it home, and they do not get him, and Krakowski scores all the way from second on the play. Ponce checks in at second. Schmig's on first with the base hit. Kind of the Bermuda Triangle out there as they all converged, and neither one of them were able to come up with it. Devin Snaza in the box now. He takes first pitch for a strike. Well, this will be Steen's final batter as he has just now touched the 95 pitch mark. The 0-1, that misses, evens the count 1-1. We will be playing another inning now as Webster gets within the under the 15-run rule. Snaza fouls it back, out of play. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Steen steps off. Runners on first and second. Schmig at first, Ponce at second. The 1-2 on the corner for strike 3, and Snaza goes down looking for out number 3. Webster gets
you
one.
are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community.
After this break,
as a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Yep. And we're back at Groton, South Dakota, Lock Cars Field. I'm Pat Kraus, bringing you Region 2B VFW 14U Division action here on Live Ticket. We are in our 4th game of 4 today, with 2 more for sure tomorrow and a possible game on Tuesday as well. We'll see how things play out. Right now we are in the winner's side of the bracket, and Clark right now in firm control, up 17-3, going into the top of the 5th inning here. Josh Canigator is going to lead things off here for Clark here at the top of the 5th inning. Webster able to scratch a run across in the bottom half of the 4th, and that's what extended the game here, as we were at the 15-run rule, but now we're only a 14-run difference, and so we play on. And unfortunately for Webster, though, they got to battle another run rule situation here, because with Clark being up by 14, if they don't get within 9 by the end of the 5th inning, the game will end. So they still have a little ways to go. Josh Canigator in to lead things off for Clark. First pitch from Sheldon Schmig is in the dirt. Colby Coyne doing the catching for Webster. If I remember right, I think Ethan Schlotty is now in at second base for Caleb Edwards. The 1-0 to Canigator on the inside corner for a strike. I think he kind of gave up on it, thought it was going to stay inside, and it clips the corner. Schmig looking in at Coyne. He gets the sign from the windup and the 1-1. Canigator swings through it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. We're in the top of the 5th inning. The 1-2 swung on and fouled, out of play. Canigator stays alive in the at-bat. And Schmid gets the ball back on the mound. He's ready, waiting for Canigator to get back in the box. The 1-2 on the way. That misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 from Schmig. That misses in the dirt. Now the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Canigator, the leadoff hitter here for Clark in the top of the 5th inning. 3-2 pitch, grounded to third. That's going to get by Snaza into left field. Canigator coming around. He's rounding first hard. There's going to be a play at second. The throw's there, and Canigator is out at second, trying to stretch a single into a double. He's cut down. Kurkowski comes up with a nice strong throw. And they cut down Canigator at second, trying to stretch a single into a double. Nice play there by Kurkowski for the first out. Mason Knock now in. Knock came in to pinch run for Michael Severson back in the 4th inning. Now getting his first plate appearance of the tournament, wearing number 66. The 0-1 swung on and grounded up the middle. Nice play there by Schmig. He fires across to retire Knock. 1-3 for the second out. Got a pinch hitter here for Cooper Palmer. Looks like it's Talon Huber, I believe is the name, wearing 95. First pitch is in their first strike. No balls and 1 strike here as Schmig looking to work himself out of here. The 0-1. That misses everything. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning. Clark leading 17-3. The 1-1 from Schmig. That's on the corner for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Sheldon Schmig doing his job here. I know it's kind of feels like a little too late, but you know, he's trying to do his part to keep his team in the game. The 1-2, that misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Count even. 2-2, 2 outs. Deuces here in the top of the 5th. Huber digs back in. Huber wearing 95. Looks like we got a football team with some of these numbers. That 2-2 gets to the backstop. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Huber looking to find his way on in his first plate appearance of the tournament. The 3-2, and that's in the dirt. And Huber is going to find himself on first base with a 2-out walk. And that's going to bring up Damian Severson. Severson 1 for 3 today with a run scored. And they check it first, then Huber back in safely. Schmig back on the mound with the ball. No balls, no strikes. To Damian Severson. First pitch on the way. He's swinging again and up the middle. That's going to get by Schlotty. Huber's going to check in at first, or excuse me, at second. And Severson is aboard with his second hit of the game as he goes to 2 for 4 with 2 singles. And they're going to call time. I think they're going to take Schmig out. They're going to bring in Krakowski, just do a straight switch. I think this way Schmig, they know they're going to play tomorrow, and they got to make sure they have some guys that can pitch, because as it sits right now, Owen Edwards is done. Matt Mount is done. And I'm not sure exactly where the other pitchers stand, but we're going to bring in Tayton Krakowski from left field. He's going to come in and try to get Webster out of this inning. First batter he'll face is Mato Denoyer. Denoyer been on base a few times. Again, to kind of preview things and recap things here a little bit. First game today, we saw Clark defeat Redfield 17-7. That got them to this game tonight. In the second game of the tournament, we saw Webster defeat Groton 17-8, and that's what got Webster to this game tonight. In our third game, that was our elimination game. That was the loser side game where Groton survives to stay in the tournament, and they defeated Redfield 17-2. And that would thusly end Redfield's tournament and their season. And send Redfield home 0-2. Groton plays tomorrow at 5. As things are going right now, looking a lot like that we're going to see Groton and Webster match up again. Groton and Webster are going to meet up again as they saw each other earlier today. That's just kind of how things work in a four-team tournament, especially a double elimination. And Clark will advance to play tomorrow evening in the 7 o'clock game, where they will wait to see who is left standing after the Groton-Webster game. If it's regardless of who it is, we will be bringing you all the action right here. Now Tayton Krakowski faces his first batter, and Mato Denoyer, he chases upstairs. And Krakowski brought in a tough spot, down by 14, 2 outs, and runners on first and second. He comes in and he fires a strike right in there. The 0-1, that misses. Count even now, 1 ball, 1 strike, kind of an unorthodox setup and delivery that Krakowski has, but hey, it works. I'm not sure what he's doing now, if he's going to go from the windup or... Pitch is in the dirt. Two balls, 1 strike to Mato Denoyer. The 2-1. And that's swung on and grounded right back to Krakowski. He's going to field it, run it 3/4 of the way to first, and retire Denoyer. 1-3 for the 3rd out. That'll end the inning. And something new that hasn't happened in this game, and that is Clark does not score a run. They scored multiple runs in every inning to that point. They don't get any. Leave a couple on. Bottom of the 5th inning, it'll be Webster's last chance to stay in this game. We'll have the bottom of the 5th inning back here at Lockhurst Field after this break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we're back here at Lockhurst Field, bottom of the 5th inning coming up here for Webster. Webster looking to stay alive in this game. They will play again tomorrow as they won their first game today, and it is a double elimination tournament. As things sit right now, if nothing changes, they will play Groton at 5 o'clock. Pitching change for Clark as we see Emerson Larson coming in to pitch for Jacob Steen. Larson pitched already today. He's at 59 pitches. This next one will be his 60th. Matt Mount hits it hard. That's going to get over the center fielder's head, and that's going to keep running. Mount runs well. He's rounding second. Ball's coming in, and they're going to hold him at third as Matt Mount starts things off with a leadoff triple to the deepest part of the field. And really the first big hit that Mounts had. That brings up number 8, Gage Baumgarten. The 1-0 from Larson. That stays high. Well, Larson, big, tall kid, and he just has trouble finding the zone. He's got a pretty good motion out there and good mechanics. He just can't find the zone. The 2-0, that's in there for a strike. You know, and I sometimes forget here, these kids are only 13 or 14 years old, some younger. You know, and the 2-1 from Larson. That's on the corner for strike 2. That evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. When he's able to do that, he hits that outside corner. That's a tough pitch to hit. That's a left-handed or right-handed batter facing a left-handed pitcher. The 2-2, that's going to be in the dirt. Doesn't get away far enough as Mount bluffs a run here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Larson from the line, the 3-2. That's on the corner for strike 3, and Baumgarten goes down looking for the first out. That's his second consecutive strikeout looking. Owen Edwards is going to step to the box now. Edwards started the game off pitching, finished his max. Now he's at short. First pitch, that's on the high part of the strike zone. Again, the Webster faithful not sure that they agree with umpire Matt Rohrbach, but he calls it a strike, and as the 0-1 comes in, and Edwards swings through it. Same pitch. I think he kind of decided it had to swing because it's been called a strike. No balls, 2 strikes to Edwards. The 0-2, that misses low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 70th pitch upcoming here for Emerson Larson. The 1-2 on the way. Swung on and lifted into center. DeNoyer's got it measured. He will put it away. And they're going to call him out. That he dropped it on the exchange. Mount scores. Mount tags and scores on the play. Score now 17-4. 2 outs now as Kurkowski steps in. And, again, Webster essentially down to their last out. First pitch to Kurkowski misses high. Kurkowski had himself a pretty decent day. He's been on twice and scored 2 runs. Not bad for one of the youngest players on their team. He's now doing the pitching for Webster. 2-0 the count. The 2-0. That's in there for a strike. As Larson comes in and finds the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning. Clark leading 17-4. The 2-1, that's going to stay up and away. Kurkowski now ahead, 3 balls, 1 strike. Larson looking to find a way to get back in here. Kurkowski digs back in. The 3-1 on the way. That misses inside, and Kurkowski again is aboard with his 3rd walk of the game. Ethan Schlotty's going to come to the plate now. Schlotty, a strikeout victim, went down looking his first at bat. He's swinging at the first pitch, swings through it. Emerson Larson comes in with the first pitch strike. Kurkowski, he's going to take his lead over at first. We'll see here if Larson tries to throw over. He doesn't. And he misses outside. And I think Coach Greenfield just told, well, no, maybe not. I thought maybe he told Jacob Steen over at first just to leave the runner alone. We don't even need to worry about him, but he's still holding him. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Schlotty chased one out of the zone there up around his eyes, and now Webster down to their last strike. And Larson comes set, and he comes home, and he put a little extra on there, and Schlotty goes down looking for the 3rd and final out of the ball game. Clark will advance to play tomorrow night's championship game at 7 o'clock. Webster will fall, and they will play Groton at 5 o'clock in a rematch of the first round game. We'll take a 1-minute break. When we return after the break, we'll give you a recap of this game and the tournament and kind of preview what's coming up tomorrow. So stick with us, and we'll be back after this 1-minute break.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
See you, buddy.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
And we're back here, and the game just completed. Clark defeats Webster 17-4. That will advance them on to the continuing on the winner's side. The winner's side of the bracket. Again, Clark winning, moving on. They'll play at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. They're kind of the last undefeated standing, as they will now sit and wait to see who they will play. Webster losing tonight's game, they fall into the loser side of the bracket. It's double elimination, so their tournament's not over, but they will have to play Groton in a rematch of a game earlier today, and we'll see how that goes. Previewing tomorrow Games are at 5 and 7. We will bring both of them to you here on Live Ticket. 5 o'clock game again, Groton and Webster. Winner of that game will advance to play Clark in the championship game. If Clark should happen to lose, we'll play another one on Tuesday. So that's 4 games in the books. It's been a fun day of baseball here at Lockhart Field. Beautiful day as always. Field looked great. Beautiful weather. Again, I want to thank our sponsors for putting this all together and being able to allow us the opportunity to bring you all the games here live. Again, I want to thank the Groton Baseball Softball Foundation and their board of directors as their fundraising makes this possible. So I'm going to sign off. Pat Krause here at Lockhart Field, Groton, South Dakota. We'll be back tomorrow. First game at 5. We'll do a little pregame about 10 or 15 minutes before the game. And again, I want to thank my guy here, Axel, as he keeps the show running and makes my life really easy up here. So again, thanks to you all for listening and watching. And we'll be back tomorrow. Again, thank you. Have a wonderful evening.